All right, we're kicking it off with preferences are fatphobic.
What's in the box?
Preferences are.
What's your name, fat body?
You can have a personal preference and it can still be fatphobic. If I said that I didn't want to date black people, would that not be racist?
Nope. It's a preference. It's not racist. You're not attracted to black people. It's actually pretty normal to not be attracted to some people that look different because it's an evolutionary thing. So it's just it's natural actually to not be attracted to someone of another race. Some people are, but most people aren't for a reason.
Sure, that's a personal preference. But if I am discluding the entire black race because of the color of their skin, that's racism.
Well, if you're doing it, if you're like saying like, oh, I'm not going to date I don't like black people. Well, that's different. If you don't like black people, that's strange if it's based on the color of their skin. If you say I'm not attracted to black people, that's not racist. It's just not.
So yes, personal preferences can still contribute to oppressive systems.
Or they don't. You can find oppression and victim status anywhere. This is, I guess, the lesson that we're learning here.
Second point, this analogy makes no sense. People are not systemically, and that's the key word here, systemically discriminated against for their hair color. It does not.
The systemic argument, that's literally calling like systemic racism and systemic this. It's just boogeyman. The reason why that term is used, and pay attention, the reason why that term is used is because it's vague and it can mean anything and everything. So if you just say systemic, you are making it something that doesn't have an answer. You're making it something that's this endless pilgrimage for virtue. That's why you say systemic. If it's like, oh, it's here, well, you can solve that problem. But just like homelessness, like there's no intent to actually solve this fucking problem. Otherwise it would be solved. There's no intent to actually solve it. So it's like, oh, it's systemic. Well, now we can now we can march and complain endlessly because it's systemic. And there's fucking no way there's really no logical or direct or any kind of coherent way to fix that because there's always going to be something to complain about. Give a mouse a cookie, want a glass of milk. It's like, it's not this. It's never going to be over. It's never going to stop because it's systemic. It's everything and it's nothing at the same time.
Matter if you personally do not discriminate against fat people. And a more proper analogy would be something like we see in sexism, where because of misogyny, it is not acceptable for men to have proximity to femininity. And when men act in any way that's considered feminine, they are rejected.
Rejected by who? What are you talking about? You mean society promoting feminine men? Are you living on the same planet as all of us? Methinks not.
And certainly a man just may be a more masculine person, but if he actively goes to avoid femininity, that is sexism. Even as a fat person, I still have to fight my own fat phobia. It doesn't mean that I'm a bad person, and it doesn't mean that I hate fat people. It just means that I have some unconscious internal biases that I am working hard to get rid of. And I want to end with this. At the end of the day, life is short. You need to be happy. If losing weight is what will make you happy, I think you should do it. Because two things can be true. You deserve to be happy in your own body, and it can still be fatphobic to intentionally want to lose weight for the sake of losing weight.
You don't deserve anything. You can choose to be happy. And life is short. For some of us, it's going to be shorter because of poor lifestyle habits. So I'm going to give you a Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
I'm going to give you two Matt Damons.
Matt Damon.
That's rated a double Damon. Double Damon. Double Damon on that one. Okie dokie. Yeah, don't eat salad, especially word salads. Grizzly, question for women in here today. Any of y'all want a feminine man? No one does. No one does. Oh, the thing is, this is one of the issues with birth control. Because if you're on birth control, women are more attracted to feminine men because of that protective phase, or, you know, the man being more of a parental figure, because of course birth control is tricking the female into thinking the body that it's pregnant. So women are naturally more attracted to, or not naturally, but more attracted to feminine men when they're taking birth control. Another reason why it's bad. And then we're all drinking birth control in the fucking tap water. So there's that too. Filter the fuck out of your water, fam. Filter the fuck out of it. Get a Berkey, get a gravity filtration, or get a reverse osmosis system, tabletop or under the sink. Filter the fuck out of that, and get shower filters too.